Hello and welcome to the first ever FPL Tom deadline stream. We are doing a dual stream, so if it kind of looks like I'm looking in two different directions, I kind of am. So on this one is YouTube, up there is TikTok. If you are watching on TikTok, the best thing that you can do is come over to the YouTube stream. That is where you'll get to see all the cool graphics. I'll be able to answer your questions as well a lot easier because it's right in front of my eyes rather than having to look up here. But if you are watching on TikTok, it's fine. We'll try and get through as many questions on there as possible, as well as on YouTube. Who's excited for the new season? Because you know what? I'm absolutely buzzing for football to be back. Proper football started last week, but you know what? Football's back, FPL's back. It's great to be making content as well. It's great to be doing our first ever stream as well. So if you do enjoy the content that you see either on TikTok or on YouTube, then do subscribe, do follow, and cool announcement at the start of the stream. We'll do a few of these throughout it. We are giving away this shirt in the background. That's for that YouTube. That's for TikTok. We are giving away this Aston Villa shirt. All you have to do is go over to my Twitter, like, retweet and follow, and subscribe to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. Once you've done that, you will be entered to the draw. Giveaway is on Tuesday, so, you know, get yourself in there. You've got a chance to win a free Aston Villa away kit with Jacob Ramsey on the shirt. I'll do kind of a few shout outs throughout the video for that one, but, you know, hey ho, it is what it is. Let's see if we can get some questions going as well. We've already got one on TikTok asking, I want to risk João Pedro. I think João Pedro is worth the risk, to be honest. He's in my team. I think he's a good short kind of term punt. He's only 5.5 as well. I think the plan that I've got with João Pedro is to go from him to Morris in Game week 4, is it? Game week 4. After that, Luton's fixtures really turn up as well. So I think that is kind of the strategy that I would go for if I was looking kind of João Pedro. I think as well, another thing you could do is just drop him down to a 4.5. And then, you know what? After that point, it's pretty easy, isn't it? You've got yourself an extra mil. I don't fancy a smooch Philip Schofield. Lots of people saying hi in both chats as well. Hi to everyone. If you do have any questions throughout the streams on either platform, TikTok or YouTube, do get them in, as I will be trying to answer as many questions about your FPL kind of team, deadline, whatever it is. Right, I think that's enough foreplay, to be honest. I think I've teased you enough. We are going to get started and we are going to look at my team selection for game week 1. If you are over on TikTok, come over to YouTube. You'll be able to see all this with all the cool kind of graphics and everything else that goes with my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, I can't put it on the live, so tough shit, I guess. But it's on the YouTube, but I will run through it. Like I said, if you do have any questions, get them in the comments. Right, starting off in goal, I have gone for Johnson, as I do believe he is the best 4.5 million goalkeeper that you can go for in the game this season. Crystal Palace have really good underlying data since Roy Hodgson's appointment. So since around game week 29, they have been the best teams in terms of expected goals conceded. They've also been the second best in terms of XG conceded per 90, only behind Manchester City. So if you kind of put that into perspective, that is massively huge as well for them, ladies and gentlemen. So I think he is the best one. As well with that, Gaeta has refused to play for Crystal Palace. So, you know, it bodes quite well that he's going to be first choice. It doesn't look like they have another goalkeeper who's up to his standards either. So you do imagine he is going to be the first choice goalkeeper for Crystal Palace this season. So very happy to have Johnson as my goalkeeper. 4 million. I think he's a really good player to have. Moving into our backline, we do have Estupinian, Gabriel and Chilwell. Very template picks, but I think they're just template for a reason, aren't they? They're very good players. They've all got amazing fixtures at the start of the season, bar Chilwell in game week 1. But after that point, you know, it's all right, isn't it? It's all right. It's pretty good after that, not going to lie. All these players as well do have kind of attacking potential, which is something that I always look for in terms of my teams. And I've only gone for 3 kind of key defenders who are going to be playing every single week, as I just think that they're going to be the ones this season that are going to do extremely well. And I think you only need 3 defenders with this kind of additional time coming in. I think there's going to be a lot like less clean sheets this season, because how many times have you gone to a game or watched a game where kind of you sat behind the ball, you know, last 10 minutes trying to keep a clean sheet and it just absolutely implodes in your face? It happens every single time, doesn't it? So I definitely think with this addition kind of further extra time, we are going to see a lot less clean sheets, to be honest. Hi, Luke, in the YouTube chat. It's great to have you back, mate. Always a nice familiar face to see. So very happy to have you back, Luke, in the stream. If you do have any questions, mate, about your team, do get them in, as well as anybody else. Right, moving into my midfield, we've got Eze, Bruno Fernandes, Saka and Mbeumo, and Mohamed Salah. All penalty takers, all very good kind of 90-minute men for my team. And Mbeumo's actually gone under 8% owned. I was looking at this before I came live. Under 8% owned for Mbeumo is absolutely ridiculous. Like, honestly, that is unreal for this guy. I know he was flagged, which potentially put off like a few people from maybe going for Mbeumo, but I just think that's like just amazing, to be honest. Like, how is he under 8% owned? He's going to be playing up front for Brentford. He's going to be, you know, their penalty taker as well this season. Brentford got 8 penalties last year. Like, if he can get 8 goals from penalties plus the 8 he got last year, he is going to be a phenomenal player at that 6.5 million mark, to be honest. Like, I think that's just like an amazing value that you can go for within him and his side. The other players as well, I think Eze is going to have an amazing season this year. Like I said, very similar with Johnson. Crystal Palace have looked like brilliant, to be honest. Like, since Roy's appointment, and Eze was one of the star men, the second highest scoring midfielder after game week 29. So I think he was only behind Mohamed Salah. So kind of that's the competition that he was with and the form that he was in the back half of the season. Penalty taker as well. Now the key talisman that Wilfred Zaha has left. Bruno Fernandes, I do have £1 million in the bank, so maybe like if I get a bit desperate, I might go to Rashford. But Bruno's been in here since game week 1, and I think he is just the best pick to go for, in my personal opinion. On penalties, his underlying data last year was absolutely ridiculous, so very happy to have him in the team. Saka, again, really good year last year on penalties for Arsenal, good fixtures for them, so very happy to have him. Salah's the one. I did originally want Kane, but after kind of all the drama today, him leaving, yeah, it's just not worth it, is it? It's not worth going for Harry Kane. I think you might as well just go Mohamed Salah. If it doesn't work out within the first few game weeks, you can obviously like drop him down, to be honest. Like, you can free up so much money once you do get rid of him. And then a front two of Haaland and João Pedro. I've seen we've got lots of comments coming in, so I'm going to switch to the chat and have a quick read through of them. Mbeumo and Jackson, or João Pedro and Martinelli. You know what? I'm fancying, Michael. I'm fancying Mbeumo and Jackson over João Pedro and Martinelli. I don't know what it is. I did have Martinelli in my team, but I think over the past few days, like, I've just gone off him a little bit. That Community Shield performance wasn't great. I know he was going up against Kyle Walker, which is always difficult to kind of do, but I just didn't think he, like, lit the world alight. You know what I mean? He didn't look exceptional. And I think with Trossard having a really good pre-season, I think that, you know, he is going to be rotated in and out of that side. So I think I would prefer to go Mbeumo and Jackson. There isn't really much competition in terms of kind of strikers. So I definitely think I would go that way. I'd go Mbeumo and Jackson over João Pedro and Martinelli. Michael, apparently you're busy in every single chat as well. No, Mbeumo is no longer flagged mans. He got his flag removed today after Thomas Frank said that he was all fit and well. Jake's in the chat as well. Jake, if you don't know, does the streams with me. He's saying that, you know, Luke's in every single stream, and he's not wrong, is he, to be honest? Luke is the absolute GOAT of our streams. Random Penguin has asked Eze or Maddison. I'm going to go Eze. I'm going to go Eze on that one. I think he's got the penalties. With Kane leaving as well, I think we are going to have to see Spurs kind of change up their team, to be honest, a little bit. Change the way that they play. I think that's what we're going to have to see from Spurs. So I would go Eze for the opening week. Sheffield United away is an absolutely banging fixture as well for them. Obviously Arsenal in game week 2, so make sure you maybe have a player that can potentially look to replace him. But I think Maddison is a wait and see. Very similar to Richarlison as well. I think if you did want to go for either one of them, I wouldn't be like disappointed, but I think they are a wait and see, especially with Kane now leaving the club. I think that's going to make them a lot less attacking, but we'll have to cut. This is the thing. They're just a wait and see team, aren't they? Play those first 2 fixtures, which aren't easy, by the way. Brentford away have a notorious record at home as well of beating top 6 sides. You've also got the fact that they're playing Manchester United at home. They've improved. They've kept a very similar, strong unit. They finished the season quite well as well. So it's a little bit of a difficult one to go for Spurs players, to be honest, at this current moment. For me, this is what I'm saying. They're a wait and see. Game week 3, once we kind of know who the key players are, who's performing well, then I think they're the players that you need to be going for. That's the way I would kind of potentially look at it. Do keep your questions coming in, as they will keep this stream, just ticking over, giving me stuff to think about. I don't think Ederson is a bad option, to be honest, Penguin. I think the fixtures are good. You always can kind of bank on City potentially keeping a clean sheet as well. So I don't think it's a bad option to go for Ederson. But there has been like kind of murmurs that, who's the other guy they've got? Who's the second choice goalkeeper? That is going to do my head in. I'm just going to have a look. Who's the second choice goalkeeper for Manchester City? If you know, let me know, because it honestly keeps slipping my mind. It slipped my mind the other day as well. Let me have a look. Manchester City. Ortega, that's the guy. Ortega. Apparently, yeah, there's been rumours that Ortega might start tonight, which is absolutely mental. Thank you for DB1 in the TikTok chat for saying Ortega. My mind did slip me. Thanks as well, Luke, in the YouTube chat. Yeah, Ortega's the one. He's the guy who potentially could be playing for Manchester City tonight. But we will have to kind of wait and see on that. Hopefully we do get some early team news from City. It does seem like FPL Raptor is going to have early team news for Manchester City, as he's done kind of for large parts of last season. So if Ortega's playing, it might be worth banking on him as a potential 4 million goalkeeper. But if Ederson's playing, he's not the worst, but he's quite expensive for what he is. He's not going to pick up many save points. He's not going to pick up like extra bonus points as well. So he's not going to do well on the bonus point system. I think you're better saving a mil, reinvesting that within your squad than going for Ederson, to be honest, Penguin. Alan's asked Martinelli or Odegaard. Ooh, I think I'd go Martinelli. I just think the Community Shield performance wasn't great from Martinelli, but I feel he's got that little bit more attacking edge over Odegaard, in my personal opinion. I just think, kind of watching the game, the positioning of Odegaard, it wasn't great. It wasn't great, was it? Like, he was a little bit deeper, I think, as well. Yeah. I don't know. It is one of them. I think he's the better pick. Archie's asked Rashford and João Pedro or Matoma and Watkins. I'd go Rashford and João Pedro. I think Watkins is a great pick. Got a really good record against Newcastle. Scored 2 and got an assist in the last game in April, I want to say. And João Pedro, it's kind of a 3-week punt. I think Watkins you could keep in your team for a long time. I just don't like Matoma personally. I just think he is a trap. Super high owned. Probably going to be benched. You only want him for those first 3 game weeks, so you're going to have to switch off him very quickly after that price. And it's just not worth it, in my personal opinion. So I would go Rashford and João Pedro. That's the better combination for me. But Darwizzy, a good option? No, Darwin is not a good option. He's terrible. Don't go for Darwin, mate. There's so many other better players. Yeah, I get your point, DB1. Odegaard does control the whole game, but in terms of an FPL perspective, I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure on that one, but it is what it is. If you are watching on the TikTok chat, if you want to come and see all the graphics, all the cool stuff that we're doing over on YouTube, you get to see my team, me in a little box as well. If you don't want to just see me like this, then come over to the YouTube. That's probably the better place. Seb has said Darwin over Haaland all day. Mate, Seb, what you been smoking, to be honest? Because, if you can hook me up, mate, great. But, it's got to be some strong stuff you've got over there. Hi, Jeff. Welcome to the chat. Yes, Jeff, I do have a Twitter. It is FPL Tom_. And if you go over to the Twitter at the moment, Basically, I'm giving away this Aston Villa shirt here. We're giving away that Aston Villa shirt. Got Jacob Ramsey on the back. All you have to do is follow me on Twitter, like, retweet the pinned post on my Twitter at the moment, and subscribe to this channel. And you can, get yourself a free Jacob Ramsey shirt. Like, what's not to like about that, to be honest? Right, other questions coming in. Rashford, Saliba, or Martinelli and a 6.5. I think I would go for Rashford and Saliba, to be honest. I'd go Rashford and Saliba over Martinelli and a 6.5. Depends who your 6.5 is, but yeah, I think I would lean that way. Alan, if you can suggest a 6.5, that might make it a little bit, potentially a little bit more of a debate, but at the moment I would go Rashford and Saliba. Seb's asked in the TikTok chat, do I need Rashford if I have Bruno? Not really. I think you can go either one or the other, or if you're really confident and bullish about Manchester United's start to the season, you could go both, but I don't think it's a necessity to potentially go for both. Someone's asked, what do you think of Sterling? He's okay. He's all right, 7 million. I don't think too much about him, to be honest, but he's an okay pick, isn't he, Raheem Sterling? Like, he's not going to blow the world alight at the start, I don't think. I think it's the same thing with all these Chelsea players for me, especially attacking ones. I think it's just a wait and see. If you kind of have an inclination that Sterling's going to do well at the start of the year, I don't dislike it, but I just think personally you could spend that money a little bit better. Get a 6.5 like an Eze and Buemo. If you wanted to go Matoma, Diabe's a good shout as well at 6.5. But I don't think it's a necessity to go down that route. Random Penguin, thoughts on starting Watkins? I think that's great. I really like Ollie Watkins. I'm very bullish on Aston Villa this season. I think they're going to have a great year. We will do some Premier League predictions in a little while as well. So if you do kind of want to stick around for that, as well as FPL advice, then, more than welcome. We will definitely be doing that. But I really like Watkins. If he can keep penalties as well, he is going to be really good value for 8 million. Seb's asked thoughts on his midfield. And Buemo, Saka, Martinelli, Bruno and Maddison. That is very strong. I like that. Martinelli's probably the only player that I don't dislike. But you know what, Seb? I can 100% see why people are going for him. For me personally, I don't think you should go for him. But you know what? It's a very strong midfield, mate. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. On my FPL attack is Haaland and Watkins. Yeah, it's pretty good, mate, to be honest. You've got two out-and-out goal scorers. Ollie Watkins did extremely well last year. I think he ended up getting like 15 goals. I think it was like 15 goals he got in the end. Which is, to say he didn't start the season great under Gerrard. Goals last season. If you do wonder why I'm like weirdly looking over here. Yeah, he got 15 goals. My laptop is over here where I'm just Googling random facts. So yeah, Seb became top 4,000 last year. Wow, that is impressive, mate. That is very impressive indeed. So pat on the back. I mean, to be fair, you finished better than me last year, mate. So maybe like you should be on this stream. It should be the other way around. You should be giving out the FPL advice, and I should just be asking you the questions, to be honest. Right, let's see what's happening in the YouTube chat. Oh, we do have some more questions flying in there. Luke, I probably won't have early City team news, but we will be kind of going through Twitter. FPL Wrapped is probably the best person to be following on Twitter for early team news from Manchester City. I think he's got a source. So far, all we know is Diaz hasn't travelled with the squad, but we will be kind of having a scroll on Twitter later, kind of taking a look, seeing what players are doing what, see if anyone is going to start. We'll have a look. We'll have a gander. See what kind of reliable or unreliable sources, to be honest. Is Solanke a good differential? Bournemouth's fixtures, if I remember off the top of my head, are pretty terrible at the start of the season. They are pretty bad. Let's have a look. Bournemouth. So Bournemouth have West Ham, Liverpool, Tottenham, Brentford, Chelsea, Brighton and Arsenal. So in that opening 7, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the traditional kind of top 4. Brighton as well, a European team. Brentford, a very difficult fixture. I think potentially avoid at the moment for Bournemouth. I'm actually quite optimistic about their season. I think, is it Iriola? I think it's going to be a really good manager this season, to be honest. Yeah. Decline. I think he's going to be a really good manager this season. So I'm very happy to kind of put Bournemouth in a good position. But I think at the start of the year, there are better options. But when Bournemouth's fixtures do turn good, Solanke is always a good shout. A very reliable player at that price point. They're kind of focal point within their team and is on penalties. So you can't really argue too much with that. In terms of FPL Raptor, probably on his Twitter, mate. He'll probably be tweeting that out. I'll take a look, Jeff, in a second at my Twitter. Take a look for you and which team. Is there a free wildcard between fall and spring? No, no free wildcard this year. You basically get two. So you get one wildcard that goes from game week 2 pretty much to game week 19. That is your first wildcard period to play one. And then you get another one from 20 to 38 where you can play your wildcard in that second period. Now, last year was a little bit different because we had the World Cup break. We kind of got a third additional one as we were allowed to make unlimited transfers after the World Cup. So that kind of happened. But this year, we do only have two. One at the start and one second half of the season. So yeah, very traditional this year. Back 4 with Haaland or a back 3 with Haaland and Pedro. Personally, I'm leaning towards a back 3, to be honest, Dylan. I just think it's a better kind of way of attacking. You can get 3 attacking defenders in there. Like I said earlier in the stream as well, I think with this kind of additional time that we're going to be seeing this year in every single competitive game, we're going to see a lot less clean sheets. As if teams are trying to hold on for the 90th minute and then another 10 get added on, nerves at the back. Yeah, it's going to be there. Yeah, Sean, it's a lovely shirt, mate. We're actually giving it away on Twitter. So if you want to win it, go follow me on Twitter. Retweet the pinned tweet on my Twitter, FPL Tom _ and also come and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll be entered into the giveaway for the Aston Villa Jacob Ramsey shirt. So yeah. Unfortunately, Tonali, I can't buy you a friend, but I imagine you're on a lot more money than me, so you probably could buy me a mate. You could probably buy me quite a lot. You're not sure if Stones should be in your team? I think it's one of them, isn't it, really, to be honest? He's a good player, but apparently Gvardiol can also play in that CDM role. And I saw a really good tweet, I can't remember who it was from, it might have been FPL Harry earlier, said, why would you go for, you wouldn't go for a CDM who's going to play CDM. So why would you go for a centre-back who's going to play CDM? What's kind of the difference in terms of that? They're still not going to get many attacking returns. So why would you go for it? Turner versus Sheffield or Onana versus Spurs? I'm guessing that is for game week 2, Luke. I'd probably go on Onana, to be honest. You don't know what Nottingham Forest are going to be like. I think they were 20th for XG conceded in the second half of the season. Don't think Turner's Premier League quality either. We'll have to wait and see on that one. So I'd always back the stronger goalkeeper rather than trying to rotate and figure it out. Right, Jeff, let's go and have a look at your team on Twitter very quickly. Let's have a look. Okay, team 1, you have Onana, Turner, Estepinian, Colwell, Gabriel, Chilwell, Kabore, Rashford, Matoma, Salah, Saka, and Buemo. Haaland, João Pedro, Archer. And then in the second one, Onana, Estepinian, Stones, Gabriel, Rashford, Matoma, Bruno Fernandes, Richarlison, Nicholas Jackson, and Chilwell. Ooh. You know what? I think... I think if you're going to have Jackson, you might as well play him in game week 1. You haven't got a Liverpool defender, and I'd probably start him over Richarlison, to be honest. I know he was declared fit by Postecoglou, but I'd still, to be honest, would start Jackson. So I'd go for team 2, and I'd start Jackson, mate, to be honest. But yeah, thanks for sending that in. If anyone else wants to send me their teams over on Twitter, we'll have a look at them. I'll give you like some feedback. Yeah, that's yeah. You can send me a team, Dylan. Send it me on Twitter at FPL Tom _ and we'll take a look, mate, and we'll have a look. That might have actually been your team I was reviewing. It wasn't. Good. Cool. Right. What should we talk about next? What should we talk about next? Jeff Sass, Richarlison is now on Buemo. Ooh. Like it. I like that, mate. I think the thing with Richarlison is I think he's going to be a good player if he's playing up front and potentially might have penalties. I think there's kind of a discussion around him or Son. Obviously used to take them for Everton. Used to take them for Everton, but it's one of them, isn't it? Son's a very good player, very good striker of the ball. So you'd imagine he'd probably get dibs on that, to be honest. So yeah. I prefer Mbeumo for now, but I definitely think at some point you are potentially going to want to look at Richarlison if he's the striker, if they don't go out and buy another one. Could be worth it. What about Chilwell? I think he's a great pick, to be honest. Been very impressive in pre-season. I like what he's doing. I really like what Ben Chilwell's doing. Some of the positions he's getting into, taking the corners as well, taking more corners than Reece James for the same price point as well. I think he's just the better kind of pick and the better way to go for it. Yeah, to be honest, Luke, I don't know, mate. I don't know how I got confused, to be honest. Like, yeah, just one of them things, isn't it? It happens to the best of us. Martinelli plus Alisson or Odegaard and an Onana. Oh my mans, that is a tricky one. I'd probably go Odegaard and Onana. I don't like having 5.5 million goalkeepers. I don't even like 5 million goalkeepers. I think this year is probably a little bit of an exception. I think you've got some really good quality this year. Obviously Onana, Martinez from Aston Villa as well. I think is a really good pick for 5 million as well. So I definitely think you've got some good players at the 5 million range, but going up to 5.5 just seems a little bit daft to me. Right, what should we move on to? What should we move on to, ladies and gentlemen? Let's take a look at some predicted points. Let's have a look at some predicted points. If you are on TikTok, I suggest at this point you do come over to the YouTube. You can see all the predicted points for kind of the upcoming game weeks up to game week 3. See who the highest points are during that person. I have to be verified to send you a message. Just leave it on my pinned tweet, mate, and I'll take a look at it there if you want to send me that. That's probably the best way to go about it. Yeah. Sorry you can't send me a message, but yeah, that's probably the best way to go about it. Right, let's take a look at some predicted points. Haaland, of course, is clear at the top. Predicted to get 6.8 in game week 1, 6.6 in game week 2, and 7.1 in game week 3 for a total of 20.6. He's actually no longer the highest for game week 1, surprisingly. Saka is the highest at 6.9, which is pretty mental. That's pretty mental. You'd imagine it's Haaland. I've seen a lot of kind of data sets and predicted points, especially from like the Hub and Fantasy Football Fix, that have Haaland like massively clear. So, if, you know, this is Draft Town that I'm using. If you want to sign up for Draft Town, there is a link in the description of this video. Go out and check all their free, cool, exciting stuff, isn't it? To be honest, it's all cool. It's all great. So go check out their stuff. Link to that is in the description. But yeah, it's interesting that they're predicting Saka to get more points than Haaland in game week 1. That is very interesting, to be honest. Like, it offers the question, Haaland hasn't scored in 6 now. Do you potentially fancy going for Saka, or do you go for Haaland? It's a question to put out there, to be honest. It is a question to put out there. Can we do some polls? Let's get some polls going. Start a poll. We're going to have... not a yes, no. We're going to go... Who is the better captain? Who is the better cap? Haaland, Saka. Right, the poll is in the YouTube chat. Get voting. Who is the better captain for Game Week 1? Haaland or Saka? Let me know which one you think. Can we do them on TikTok? I don't really want to mess anything up. Interact. Quick poll. Here we go. We can do them on TikTok. Apparently, oh, there it is. It's actually working. Right, Haaland or Saka for your captains. Which way are you going? Haaland or Saka? Let's have a look how it's going in the chat. Oh boy, there is quite a big swing in the chat. My gosh, and it's not really surprising, to be honest, is it either? Not surprising at all. Get your votes in. I don't know how long's left on this poll or however long. This is my first time. It's like riding a bike or having sex, isn't it? You're going to be absolutely terrible at the first time you do it. But people are voting for Haaland. We've got 4 votes for Haaland for the captain. People have seen the underlying data, the kind of predicted points, and gone, fuck that. We're not going for Saka. We're sticking with Haaland. And I think that is the right decision, to be honest. Like, he's just clear, isn't he? Like, you just got to go with him just for the kind of, like, effective ownership points, to be honest. I think that's just a better way to do it, to be honest. So, yeah. Haaland is a clear winner in that one, to be honest. So, congratulations to Haaland. Well done. Thanks for sending me your team, Dylan. I will take a look after kind of going through predicted points, mate. We'll have a look at that team and I'll give you my feedback in a second. If anyone else wants to kind of send me their team, if you're on TikTok or YouTube, go to my Twitter, go to my pinned comment, retweet it, like it, follow me, and then put your team in there and I'll review it and I'll give you any feedback as well. So, you know, I'm just helping out, just being a helpful guy. Right, other kind of standout predicted points. Rashford is above Bruno Fernandes for Game Week 1. 6.7 for Rashford, only 6 for Bruno Fernandes. Salah, 5.7. Obviously, it is Chelsea away, which is not the easiest of fixtures. Obviously, a lot of people have been talking about Martinelli versus Odegaard in the chat. And looking at the predicted points, Martinelli is clear of Odegaard. 6.6 for Martinelli, 6.3 for Martin Odegaard. Yes, Lee, it is the Salah draft. I'll just whack it on screen for you now, mate. There it is. That is the draft. If you did see my Game Week 1 team reveal video that I did on the channel, then originally I had Harry Kane. That's kind of all fell through now, hasn't it? Like, that's kind of gone tits up. But we've had to move to the Salah one. I just think I like having 2 premiums. It offers me an alternative captain to Haaland if he doesn't start the season brightly. Then I can obviously go for Salah. He's looked really good in pre-season as well. Liverpool have looked very much like just all attack, isn't it? Very much attack. No worries, mate. No worries, Lee. If you've got any questions, mate, leave them in the comments. We'll answer them like everybody else. Right, let's go back to the predicted point screen. Matoma, obviously really popular asset at the moment. 39.2%. 6.5 million. Arguably the most popular 6.5 million in the game. Predicted to get 15.3 points over the first 3 game weeks. I don't know if I trust that. I don't know if I trust it. I don't think Nunez is a good option. I just don't. I think it's an avoid. He obviously didn't play the last 2 preseason games, did he? And not Nunez. Gakpo, Jota and Diaz have all looked really strong in preseason as well. Why is no one going Trent? Price point. Liverpool's fixtures aren't looking great. That's my personal opinion. That's probably why. Who would I get instead of Nunez? Depends on your budget, mate. There's Watkins. I think he's a really good pick. Jackson. João Pedro is a popular one as well if you are looking to kind of maybe go cheaper and upgrade that money. But I think if you want to keep a striker who's going to play a lot of minutes, I'd probably go Watkins. Just have a nice sip of water. It's quite draining, this, to be honest, like just speaking constantly. But keep the questions coming in. It's been a good stream so far. We've been going for about 35 minutes. We've actually been going for 35 minutes, which is it's gone very quick, to be honest. So keep the questions coming in. I'm honestly thoroughly enjoying this, as I do with making content. It's just great, isn't it? So if you do enjoy it, subscribe and follow me on TikTok. Hopefully we'll do some more of these deadline streams because they are really good fun to do, to be honest. No worries, Pressy, mate. Happy to answer anybody's questions that need them, to be honest. Right, whose team did I need to go look at on Twitter? That was the question I had. Let's go and have a look at that. Was it Dylan? Did you leave your team, mate? Where's the pinned? Dylan, here you are, mate. I've got your team. Tsunami! Nice. Grealish, Dylan, you cheeky boy. You cheeky boy. Let's get this on the screen for everyone in the YouTube chat. So you've gone Johnson. Nice. Can rate that, mate. Can rate that. Back three, very similar to mine. Gabriel, Estupinian, Chilwell. And then it's your midfield that gets a little bit spicy. Grealish, Saka, Salah, Mbeumo, and Bruno Fernandes. You've actually got a very similar team to me. You've just utilised that extra 1 million that I don't have and have gone for Grealish, which is an interesting one, to be honest, mate. It is interesting. But you know what? If he plays tonight, why not? City have got the good fixtures as well, haven't they? So they could easily smash it out of the park. So I don't think it's a bad shout, to be honest, mate. Especially if we get early team news as well. And we find out that Grealish is playing. I think that's a really good shout. I actually kind of like Jack Grealish. Yeah, I'd get rid of Trippier, mate. Newcastle's fixtures at the start of the season are really bad, to be honest. So I would get rid of them. I've got Mbeumo, Rashford, Odegaard, Saka, and Enciso, but I don't like Enciso. Who should I get? What's your budget? Is it 5.5, or have you got extra funds available? Let me know. If you have extra funds available, or can maybe rejig some players. I think the 6.5 million midfielders this season are great, and they're probably the ones you should be looking at going for. And Enciso hype was good at the start. Died down now, hasn't it? But yeah, let me know what your budget is, and we will take a look at that. Keep the questions coming in, guys. It's going well so far. It's going well. It's going well. We're going to move on to some predictions in a bit. Kind of go through this game week predictions. We're going to go through my Premier League predictions as well, which should be good. Some controversial ones, I reckon, are going to be in there. But yeah, some good fixtures this week, isn't there? There always is on an open Premier League week. There's always some good ones. Obviously, Sunday, the big one, Chelsea versus Liverpool, probably the biggest game of the kind of game week, to be honest. That's going to be the one. All about FPL. Have you sent me a team? You just put, would you change anything? Would I change what? The way the world works? If I would, I'd probably make myself taller. I'm not very big. So that's what I would change about that. But if you're talking in terms of FPL, I need a little bit more context. How can I send you a team? Send it me on Twitter, mate, at FPL. Hang on, what is my Twitter? 1 second. FPL Tom _. If you send it me there, that's probably the best place. We'll review it on stream on the YouTube channel. So if you want to come and look at that, then we'll go for it. We'll suggest some players as well for you. Yeah. Tom, if you want any help beating your nemesis at work, this is the right place, mate. Let me know your team. Let me know if you've got any dilemmas, and we will answer them in the chat. Best place as well is to come over to YouTube. That's probably the best place to come over, to be honest. You get to see all the cool graphics. The chat is right in front of me as well for YouTube. It's a little bit further away on TikTok. But yeah, it's going well so far. It is going well so far. Keep the questions coming in, guys. We're absolutely loving it. Got 8 mil for a replacement. Ooh, okay. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a dive and have a look. 8 mil for some replacements. What am I filtering by? Team selected by. Okay, so you got 8 mil. Eze, I think, is a really good pick, to be honest, mate. On penalties, I think he's going to do extremely well. Martinelli's a good shout. Maddison's a great shout. And Mbeumo is now technically classed as a differential in this game. So, you know, I think he's a really good player to go for. On penalties, Brentford got 8 penalties last year. He scored 8 goals and got 9 assists. You add that to that, that is absolutely killer for me. If we get early team news, maybe Foden or Grealish. They're good players to go for. Diaby, good pick. Luis Diaz, good pick. Richarlison, if you're feeling a little bit cheeky. Who knows? Tom, let's have a look at your team. Steel Stones, Gabriel, Estepinian, Maddison, Salah, Eze, Fernandez, Saka, Haaland and Pedro. I'd get rid of Steel, mate. I would replace him with another 4.5. After De Zerbi's press conference today where he said him and Verbergen, probably not pronounced that right, but Verbergen, him and him are like 50-50 at the moment, neck and neck. So you do imagine if like Steel makes one mistake or Verbergen really impresses in kind of training, that is kind of, you know, your goalkeeper out. So I would look to replace him with a different 4.5 million goalkeeper. Other than that, team is very strong, mate. All about FPL. Onana, Gabriel, Estepinian, Mings, Salah, Rashi, Saka, Pedro, Watkins, Haaland, Baldock, and Camber, Turner, Bayer. I'd get rid of Mings. I'd prefer to go for Matty Cash. I think he's just got that little bit more attacking kind of potential about him. I think as well, if you go for Matty Cash, he's a little bit less owned, a lot less owned actually looking at this. He's a lot less owned. So if you go for Matty Cash, what you can get there is a player who's, if he's not playing or maybe drops out, you're not going to get a price change. So I think that's the better way to go for that one. Mings is like at 18, ridiculous % ownership at the moment. So I don't think it's worth going for him. Matoma as well. Yeah, I think there's better 6.5 million players, to be honest. There's so much quality in that Brighton attack. It's who do you go for? Like, realistically, it's impossible. It is impossible. Send it me on Twitter, mate. Just go to my pinned tweet, put it there. That is probably the best place. Just tweet it at me. Yeah, I need to have a look at why my DMs aren't open, but we'll have a look at that after the stream. After the stream. Right. Let's go into my predictions for game week 1. So we'll have a run through of the fixtures. We've got Burnley, Man City, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Luton, Everton, Fulham, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Brentford, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester United, Fulham. Right, if you are on TikTok, probably at this point, best to come over to YouTube because you get to see all my predictions. They look all wonderful. Right, for the opening fixture, Burnley, Man City tonight, I've gone 3-1 City. I think, to be honest, it's probably going to go like 1-1 at one point, and then City are just kind of going to cruise away with it in the second half. Burnley were very attacking in the Championship last year, scored plenty of goals, and Vincent Kompany is a very attacking manager. So I think for me, that's the way we're going to lean with that one. I think we're going to go City are going to win, but I do think Burnley will score. Going for the early kickoff tomorrow, I've gone 2-0 Arsenal, but it's Gandhi, isn't it? You're going against Gandhi in terms of the early kickoff, but I still think Arsenal are quality. There was an interview done by Cooper the other day saying he's very concerned with kind of the transfer situation at Nottingham Forest at the moment. So they could be in for a rough old season, to be honest. So I do think Arsenal are going to win that one. 2-0, comfortable. I don't think Forest will put them under too much pressure, to be honest. Moving on to the 3 o'clockers, we've got AFC Bournemouth versus West Ham. I've gone 1-0 Bournemouth. That game could be a draw, to be honest. It could be a 0-0. Not really too sure how to call that one. Not really sure how West Ham are going to do, to be honest. But I've gone 1-0 Bournemouth. I think they're going to lead it, to be honest. I think they're going to be the team that are going to win that game, to be honest, over West Ham. Moving on to another 3 o'clocker. It is Brighton versus Luton. I think Brighton are going to concede a goal to Luton. I think Luton might go like 1-0 up, and then Brighton will just absolutely curb stomp them into next week, to be honest. I think that's the way that fixture's going to go. So yeah, I've gone 3-1. Hopefully João Pedro gets on the score sheet. Estepinian assist. That'd be quite nice as well. That'd probably be the best way to go for it. Everton, Fulham. It's a dreadful 3 o'clock kickoff, to be honest. That could be 0-0. Absolutely pitiful game, that one. That won't be getting watched by anyone. Even if I was like an Everton or a Fulham fan, I won't bother. Just won't bother putting it on. Just enjoy your Saturday. Don't bother watching Everton versus Fulham, to be honest. But yeah, I've gone 1-0 Everton. I've just gone for the home team, to be honest. But again, that game could be very easily 0-0. Cool, mate. I'll go check that out on Twitter in a minute. If you want to send me a teams, anybody in the YouTube or TikTok chats, then yeah, do it to the pinned tweet on my Twitter at FPLTom_. If you retweet that as well and like that and follow me, then you know what? You can get yourself that Villa shirt. So yeah, all cool. Moving on to the final 3 o'clock game, and it is Sheffield United versus Crystal Palace. I've gone for a 4-0 win here for Palace. Sheffield United look an absolute mess, to be honest. They look dismal. They look poor, ladies and gentlemen. They look really bad, to be honest. And Palace, Eze, I think, is going to carry them. The rest of that attacking lineup, not so sure about. Obviously, I think it's like Jordan Ayew, Jeffrey Schlupp, and Odsonne Edouard are the front three at the moment. That's terrible. That is terrible. Like it's championship worthy, isn't it, to be honest? But yeah, who knows? Who knows? I think, to be honest, Crystal Palace is going to win that one comfortably. John has sent me his team on TikTok. Rate me. Pickford, Gabriel, Estepinian, Chilwell. Yep, all good. Saka, Bruno, Salah, Eze, Martinelli, Haaland, and Pedro. Very strong, mate. I'd give that an 8. 8 out of 10, to be honest. I'd have to look at your bench, to be honest, to kind of give it any more higher marks. I just think Martinelli's probably the only player I wouldn't go for, but I can see why people are going for him. So, you know what, John? 8 out of 10. Very strong team indeed. Yeah, need some water. Been talking for too long. My voice is starting to go a little bit, which is it's concerning, considering we've got about an hour left and my voice is starting to get a bit, like, raspy a little bit. But we'll keep drinking water. We'll keep chatting away. If I lose my vocal cords to an FPL stream, it's just something new, isn't it? Something completely new. Right. Who else? The late kickoff on Saturday, is Newcastle versus Villa. I've gone for 1-1. That's just the way that game feels, to be honest. It's a 1-1, isn't it? Not too much excitement. 1-1. Ollie Watkins will probably score. I reckon Cal Wilson will probably score, or maybe like Fabian Schär. But yeah, 1-1 is what I'm predicting for that. Both teams obviously pushing for Europe this season, so be interesting to see, but I don't think I'm going to eventually own any players in this game, so at that point I probably won't care. I won't care about that game. That's probably one I won't watch this weekend. Moving on to the Sunday, starting off Brentford versus Tottenham. I'll probably watch this one. I have a full Spurs stack going into So Rare for the Premier League Pro, so hopefully we can get something positive out of that. Yeah, hopefully something positive can come out of that. I've gone 1-0 Spurs, but like I said, Brentford have got a very good record against the top 6, to be honest. The later kickoff on the Sunday is Chelsea versus Liverpool, and I've gone for 0-0. The past 4 fixtures have all been 0-0 as well. So we're going to continue that trend. I've got Salah, I've got Chilwell, so I wouldn't be disheartened, but if one of them can get an attacking return, that would be great. Who knows? We'll see how that one goes. And then the final game of the weekend is Manchester United versus Wolves. Now, the safe pick in me, the pick that I'm going to, put out there is 2-0. But I've just got a weird feeling. I've got a weird feeling Wolves win like 1-0. All the press that they've had, including on my TikTok as well. I did a video about them being like terrible because, they're not signing players. FFP, selling everyone. I think they're in for a long season, but I've just got a weird feeling they win like 1-0 at Old Trafford. Just like flip the script a little bit. Shock the world, to be honest. That's what I'm thinking. Martinelli going to start tomorrow? Don't know, but more than likely I'd probably say. Foden starting tonight. We'll take a look at Twitter in a minute, see if we've got any early team news kind of flying about. We'll have a gander on old Twitter and take a look over there. Not so template FPL afternoon, mate. Good luck with the season. Thank you, buddy. I do appreciate that. If you haven't seen any of Not So Template FPL's content, he makes banging content, by the way. If you're into like your differentials and kind of alternative picks, he makes great content. So go and check him out because he just makes great content and is a good friend of mine. So yeah, go and enjoy his content and enjoy mine as well. It's a win-win, isn't it? Yeah, FPL MFZ. I pretty much said this from the start of this stream, to be honest. I think going the back three is the way this season because you're going to have a lot less clean sheets, to be honest. What is my team looking like, Yusuf? Let's go back to my team. Here you go, mate. This is what my team is currently looking like. So we've got Johnson, best 4.5 million goalkeeper in my opinion. Palace had really good underlying data since Roy came back to the club. And then a back three of Estupinian, Gabriel, Chilwell. And then a very solid midfield of all penalty takers. 2 6.5s in there. Bruno Fernandes and Salah as kind of the key premium-ish midfielders. And then Haaland, João Pedro. I'm just taking a drink because this is tiring. I don't think people realise this, but sitting here and chatting about football randomly and FPL is tiring. But you know what? We're slogging through. We're getting through it. Erling Haaland has asked a question. Probably not going to be the actual Erling Haaland, is it? He's got Estupinian, Stones, Botman and Shaw. Can you suggest me a defender? A 4.5 million defender? Or one of them? Let me know, Haaland, what kind of... I need a little bit more context behind your question. And then I can answer it a little bit more effectively, to be honest. Thomas in the TikTok chat has said, I've gone Kluivert. Yeah, so's my dad. Interesting one, that. I don't think he put up too many trees last season, but let's take a look. Let's take a look at his FB ref. Justin Kluivert. Justin Kluivert. FB ref. Great website if you don't already use that, by the way. FB ref. Let's see what Justin Kluivert did last season. 6 goals in 26 matches. Not great. To be fair, he's never been prolific anywhere. His best season was in 2017-18 for Ajax, where he scored 10 goals, got 5 assists. But you'd expect players like that to do well. Everywhere else outside of the Eredivisie, he's not done exceptional. Only 10 goals in the past 2 seasons. It's not great, is it? It's not great. I look like Juve. What, the guy who used to play for Stoke? I hope not. I do hope not. Let me know what you mean by that, Luke. I hope I don't look like Juve. Yeah, no worries, not so template FPL, mate. We've both been making great content over pre-season. Hopefully we're both in for a good season as well. Because, you know, we do make some good content. Put the grind in, put the effort in. So, yeah. Yeah, Erling Haaland does need to get the team coach as well. Martinelli versus Matoma for the first 3. Ooh, I'd probably go Martinelli. I just really... I'm cold. I'm cold on Matoma, to be honest. Not feeling it. Not feeling Matoma at all. Red arrow tonight, only Haaland. Yeah, it's probably going to be like that for a lot of people, to be honest. Unless you go in like maybe some other City players. But I definitely think everyone's going to be on a red arrow. Especially if Haaland's effective ownership is going to be like plus 200%, which it could easily be. We're probably all on for a red arrow. Yeah, Luke's raised the same point, yeah. Everyone's probably going to be on the same points, unless you go for Foden. Or maybe Stones. I've seen quite a few people have him as well. Gabriel or Stones. Someone's asked in the TikTok chat. I'd probably go Gabriel. Save the 0.5 million. Lot more attacking threat for me. So I'd go Gabriel. Do you think Chilwell and Salah crossing myself? Yeah, I get that, Derek. But to be honest, the thing is, Salah has the potential to do absolutely anything. He could get himself a penalty. Same with Chilwell. He's not just there for the clean sheet. He is on corners. He's got plenty of attacking potential as well. So he could just get like something out of the game. If you look through the rest of my team, there isn't anyone else that I'd be like hot on playing either. We've got Henry. We've got Kabore. Henry's got Tottenham at home. Kabore's got Brighton away. So again, I'd be crossing myself. Arguably more with Kabore. So I don't think I'd go for that. I don't know whether or not like Brentford are going to keep a clean sheet as well at home to Tottenham. Probably not, you'd imagine, the way they've been looking in pre-season. So I am crossing myself. I do get your point, but I think with the way this is set up, both players have the potential to get attacking returns. Stones or Shaw? Ooh, depends if you're going for De Gea. Not De Gea, Jesus. Onana. It depends if you're going for Onana. Son or Martinelli? Ooh, good question. I'd probably go Martinelli for the first 3. And then by that point, you can have a look at how kind of Spurs are playing, how they're set up, what kind of role Son's got in the team. I think that's kind of the way to go for that. Ederson in goal. Should I stick with Stones? Why have you got Ederson in goal, mate? 5.5. Get rid. Trusting the City clean sheets, I get that, but he's not worth it. He's not worth it. He's not going to get any bonus points or save points. I get that you're going for the double City defence because they are one of the best defences in the league, but I think personally just save a mil, get a 4.5 million goalkeeper. He's probably going to get more points than him. I think in terms of points last season, Ederson was like 6th best goalkeeper for points. I think David Raya won it in the end, did he not? Or was like the best in terms of this season after De Gea. Who is the best goalkeeper? Price point, 4 million, Turner. 4.5, Johnson. 5, Onana. And then 5.5, probably Ederson. I picked the keeper last, had the cash for Ederson, so I went with Ederson. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Yeah. Erling Haaland in the YouTube chat. Pickford, Botman, Estepinian, Shaw, Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, Rashford, Bruno, João Pedro, and himself up top. Bench, Turner, Stones, Burn. Oh, that's a player I've not seen. Why are you benching Stones tonight? Why would you not play Stones over Botman? That would be my question for you, mate. I'd obviously start Stones. Thoughts on Szoboszlai as a differential? Really don't want a full template team. Could be on set pieces and he's nailed. I guess. I think for me personally, I wouldn't potentially go for him. I think there's better differentials that you could go for in midfield. I think Son's one of the kind of key standout players that I'd potentially go for as a differential if you're looking for a midfielder. Is Matoma risky? Yeah. I'm not keen on Matoma. Not keen on Matoma at all. But he's probably going to score because I've said this now. Jota or Diaz? Oh. I think Diaz, to be honest, just because I think he's going to be... I think he's got that left-hand side nailed a little bit more than Jota, to be honest. So I'd go Diaz over Jota. Luis Diaz and Chilwell or Martinelli and Porro. Oh, Ped Porro is a player I do like. But I think I'd go Diaz and Chilwell. I'd go Diaz and Chilwell, Daniel. Is Pickford a decent 4.5 or Johnson? Pickford rotates nice with Johnson and Dyche's Everton will probably keep clean sheets. Fair point, fair point. I think Everton are in for a long season yet again, to be honest, though. I think if you wanted to go for the matchup, I'd probably go for the 4 million goalkeeper Turner if he's going to be first choice, which it does look like he is going to be. I think that would be the better way to kind of rotate your 2 goalkeepers, but it's always one of those things with rotating goalkeepers is I guarantee you'll rotate one because he hasn't got a good fixture and he'll come away with like a 6-pointer because he's got a clean sheet, 10-pointer maybe because he's made a few saves. It always goes like that. It's something that I don't like. Good shout on Anthony as a differential. I think you had him in one of your videos, didn't you, Template? Oh, yeah. You've said there, Nintendo, sorry. Rotates well with Turner. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go. Go with a 4.5. Have Turner as the backup, rotating in and out of the team. Yeah, I can rate your team. If you want to put it in the chat or on Twitter, I will rate it over there. If you go to my pinned tweet, that's probably the best place. Rate Ederson, Trippier, Stones, Estepinian, Odegaard, Saka, McAllister, Rashford, Haaland, Watkins and Porro. To be honest, mate, I would get rid of Trippier. The Newcastle's fixtures are terrible up until game week 6. Yeah, after that they're quite good, but until that point, get rid of Trippier. He's a waste of money at that point. You might as well get yourself like a Chilwell, to be honest, in there, mate. That will look a lot better. Odegaard and Saka don't have a problem with. McAllister at 6 mil, I'd avoid, to be honest. He's probably going to play a lot of games in the Liverpool midfield, but You've obviously got the fact that last year his points are going to look a little bit elevated as he was on free kicks and penalty kicks. Won't have them this year, so I would maybe look to, if you've got the money in the bank, this is what I'm saying with Ederson, downgrade him to a 5 like Onana, then use that McAllister money to get an Eze, a Diaby, a Matoma, someone like that. Isn't Ciso a good pick? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think he's going to start too many games. Yeah. Cool. We've got some other comments coming in. Pickford is the best 4.5. Debatable. I think Johnson's better, but we'll see. Any idea when the City lineup will be confirmed? I'm thinking of going Grealish last minute or Foden. We'll take a look on Twitter, actually. We'll start scrolling through Twitter. See what's happening on Twitter. Probably the best person to go look at is FPL Raptor. He hasn't put any tweets out. Let's go and have a look. I'm just going to make sure you can actually see this. Yeah, you can. Cool. Let's go and have a look. See if there is any kind of team news. Who was the guy who tweeted yesterday about City? Let's have a look. Let's have a look on the homepage. See if we've got any kind of team news. Doesn't look like it, to be honest. At the moment. Let's go check some of the big accounts. Bruno Guimaraes. Probably won't go for him either, to be honest. Newcastle's fixtures aren't great. What's your budget looking like for that midfield slot? Thomas on Twitter. Not Twitter. TikTok, sorry. Who should I take over Trippier? You've got... Who was in your team? It was Stones, Estepinian. So you got Chilwell, Reece James, Luke Shaw as a potential option. All better than going for Trippier, in my personal opinion. Has FPL Andy tweeted anything? No. Nothing there. Let's have a look at some other ones. Doesn't look like we have any early team news for City at the moment. But yeah. Right, okay, let's go look at what else we've got. Yeah, Bruno's not going to get any points, to be honest. Have we had any other? Yusuf has sent me his team. Hopefully he's still in the TikTok chat, because we're looking at it now, mate. He's gone for Onana, Estepinian, Gabriel Stones. No problems there. Maddison, Saka, Matoma, Rashford, Watkins, João Pedro, Haaland, and Buemo and Chilwell, and Harry Maguire on the bench. Ooh, interesting. I think, to be honest, you could drop Harry Maguire down to a 4 million defender, free up a little bit more budget. Maybe upgrade Matoma. I just personally don't like him. But I think that's a very strong team, minus Matoma. The bench is looking pretty decent as well. So I'd give that a 7. Yusuf, if you're still in the old TikTok chat, I'd give your team a 7. If you want to send in your teams, get them over to me on Twitter at FPL Tom _ I keep forgetting my own Twitter. We're also running a competition. I feel like this is a good place to say it. We are running a competition. We are giving away this Jacob Ramsey shirt. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. We're giving away this Jacob Ramsey shirt. Very nice. Brand new. Tags on the front. Pretty decent. We are giving this away on Twitter. All you have to do is go and like, retweet the pinned post on my Twitter, and follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once you've done all that, you will be in for a chance of getting this Jacob Ramsey brand new with tags Aston Villa shirt. So yeah. Oh. Cool. Right, what's cooking? What is cooking, people? Woof. Questions are flying in. Let me have a quick scroll up through the chat. Now starting Shaw. Cool, cool. Like that, Toby. Like that, Toby, my man. Just seen on Twitter, apparently Rico Lewis starts tonight. Don't know if the source is trustworthy. Where did you see that not so template? Opinions on Buffon. Buffon? Oh dear. Oh dear. Shaw or Chilwell? Chilwell. Long term. Shaw, game week 1. Trossard or Martinelli? Trossard looks like a differential if he plays in the 9. Don't know about his minutes, to be honest, so I would go probably Martinelli just for the start. Long term, would you like Watkins or Martinelli? Watkins. Diaz hasn't travelled with the squad yet. That's correct. That came out last night. Diaz hasn't travelled with the Manchester City team. So if you do have him, don't go for him. What midfielder for 9 million? Probably Rashford. Probably Rashford is the one that I would go for. Or Son if you're feeling a little bit spicy, but probably Rashford's the better one. FPL Flapjack, who posted it? FPL Flapjack. Let's go take a look at that. Flapjack. What's going on? Apparently no results. Cool. Can I rate this? Yeah, of course you can. Let's make sure you guys can see it on the stream. Yeah, you can. Johnson, very good. Estupinian, good. Gabriel, good. Botman, no. I would take Botman out. Get a different 4.5 million in your team. If you have any money left as well, probably look to upgrade that. Rashford, Salah, Saka, Eze, strong, very strong midfield. Watkins, Haaland, João Pedro, yep, like that as a front three. I think you just need a different 4.5 million defender, to be honest. That is the only thing I probably would upgrade with this team, to be honest. Right, let's head on. What was I doing? Get that as the thing. Can you rate my team on Twitter? Senny on Twitter. Was that the one we just went through, mate? If it was, sorry, it's FPL. Sorry, it's Flapjack FPL. Blimey. Let's have a look. Flapjack FPL. Rico Lewis starting. Stones benched, apparently. What's your source all about FPL? Who is your source? Oh, this guy looks legit. Yeah, okay. Not buying that one. What's your source all about FPL if Stones is benched? What is your source? Because that is what we need to know. FPL. None of the big accounts have tweeted it. Unless it's in their stream. But yeah, where are we getting this insider information from? About Lewis and potentially Stones. If anyone's got like a Twitter, if Deans and Stones aren't starting, then who's playing centre back? Probably Akanji, Ake, or Gvardiol. They're probably the ones to go for, but it depends. It depends. Right, let's have some fun. What are we going to do? We're going to do league table predictions. It's at FPL Flapjack. Okay, hang on. Let's go back to this. It's at FPL. Mate, my head's fallen off. My head has fallen off. There we go. I didn't realise I could just copy that. That makes things a little bit more... Ooh, okay. This looks a little bit more trustworthy. Rico Lewis starts tonight, apparently. That is the City team. No, not heard anything about a Stones injury, to be honest, but it looks like apparently Rico Lewis is playing tonight. So that's interesting. Where's he going to play? Maybe he's playing in that CDM role. I don't know. But apparently Rico Lewis is playing tonight. Not confirmed yet, but kind of the rumour mill on Twitter. That's not always correct, but we'll see. We'll see about that one. Is so Stones' bench? Don't know yet. We need to find out. We need a more concrete source, to be honest, on that one. Not 100% confirmed. Shaw or Zinchenko? Sure, 100%. I think, is Zinchenko injured? Rashford or Bruno? Flip of a coin, isn't it, really? I think Bruno's got the penalties, but Rashford is probably the better player on the day if he's fully fit and firing. But when he's playing as a striker, I don't think he's as good. So, yeah, I'd go that way. Is Foden playing? Don't know yet. You think Pickford is good enough? Yeah, 4.5 million goalkeepers are great. They pick up lots of points for saves. I think the best 4.5 is Johnson to go for, but yeah. Cool. Right. Let's move on to my Premier League predictions. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, shall we? League table predictions. 20th. We're gonna go with. Can you guys still see? Yeah, you can still see this. We're gonna go Sheffield United. They're finishing rock bottom this season. They are finishing absolutely rock bottom this season, to be honest. Thoughts on Henry? Good. I have him in my team. Looks like he's fully fit. Maddison and Mbeumo? And Mbeumo just for penalties. Adam, you can send me a team on Twitter if you go to my pinned tweet about the Jacob Ramsey shirt. That's probably the best place to go. Send it me on there, mate. At FPLTom_. Digne or Cash? Cash. As soon as Moreno's back, he'll be there. Luton will stay up. I agree. At the moment, we're doing my Premier League predictions over on YouTube. If you want to come see that, see the screen, see all this good stuff. I've got Sheffield United in 20th. In 19th, I'm going Wolves. They've been absolutely ripped apart this season. Sold a lot of players. Lost arguably their manager, who was the key figure in keeping them up for me this season. So I think they're going down. The final team to go down. This one might upset a little. Well, I don't really give a shit if it upsets people. It's Nottingham Forest. They're going down. Nottingham Forest are going down, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first place you heard it. I think they're going down. 17th. Foden starts, apparently. I feel we should have potentially done this Premier League table a little bit earlier because, like, stuff's kicking off now. So we need to go probably back to this and then back to Twitter. Lazy FPL. Okay, let's have a look. Lazy FPL. Okay, nice reliable source. De Bruyne starts, apparently. Apparently KDB starts. That's what we're hearing. From Lazy FPL. And Phil Foden starts. This is all coming from Lazy FPL on Twitter. That both Foden and KDB are starting. Which is interesting. Yeah. Onana plus Stones or Edison plus Shaw. Onana plus Stones. If we find out Stones is playing. There's kind of a little bit of murmuring going on at the moment. Chilwell or James? Chilwell. Do you think Ross Barkley will do well? God only knows. If you look at his FB ref stats from when he was at Nice last season, some pretty good ones in there, to be honest. Some pretty good ones in there. Right. So, yeah. News that is breaking at the moment. It does look like KDB and Foden are starting for game week 1, which is very interesting indeed. Yeah, this is coming from Lazy FPL. Seems pretty reliable source, to be honest, as well. So yeah, he's reporting that KDB starts and Foden starts. That's what he's saying. Let's have a refresh of that. See if there's any other ones. What other team news are we getting in, guys? I hope Burnley beat them. Yeah, to be honest. I like that. I like that tweet very much. That's funny. Keep your questions coming in, guys. I will answer as many as I possibly can, to be honest. But it is looking like, at the moment, Foden and KDB are starting. That is from Lazy FPL. That's what he's saying at the moment. Martinelli plus Stones or Bruno and Saliba. Or Bruno and Saliba. Especially if this Stones news is to be believed, to be honest. Score predictions, I already went through them. We'll have another run through them in a minute. Short or Chilwell? Chilwell. Short for game week 1. But then I think longer term you probably want in Chilwell. Is Chong at Luton a good pick? Probably not. Probably not. I think he's at 5 mil, isn't he? So I potentially wouldn't go for him. Gvardiol at 5 mil is a decent pick if he's playing. Haaland start? Question mark. He's probably going to start. We'll probably get early team news on that one. Watkins or João Pedro for the first game week? Probably Watkins. Not Watkins. Sorry, it's João Pedro. We'll go João Pedro. I just think with Watkins, Newcastle away, they had a really good home record last season. No Stones or Gvardiol, apparently. FPL Andy is confirmed. Right, back to Twitter we go. FPL Andy. What's he saying? No Stones or Gvardiol. No Stones or Gvardiol. So avoid Stones and avoid Gvardiol. That is what we are doing at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. KDB and Foden start, and we're avoiding Stones and Gvardiol. We'll retweet that. Get that out there. But yeah, KDB starts and Foden starts. No Stones or Gvardiol for Manchester City. So if you have Stones, get him out of your team now. So Akanji, probably more than likely. Yeah, Akanji is probably going to be the one. Matoma and Alvarez or Foden and Pedro. Now we've got the news about Foden starting, I'd go Foden and Pedro. That's the way I'd go for that one. So yeah. By me, there's a kid just screaming its like lungs out outside. Jesus. Like where's the mum? Sort it out. There we go. Yeah, if you are just joining the stream, we have had kind of breaking news. KDB and Foden start. No Stones and Gvardiol. This is from Lazy FPL. Gvardiol for Akanji? Yeah. I really like Akanji. I think he played the most games out of all the City kind of defenders. So I'd probably go with him. I like Akanji. So yeah. Oof. Some team news flying in, ladies and gentlemen. Flying in at the moment. Like it. Like it a lot. Yep. No Stones or Gvardiol. Nope. Neither of them, according to Lazy FPL. Pedro or Mbuemo. Mbuemo. Better long-term pick. For me, personally. I think that's the better way to go about it. Gvardiol isn't starting, no. No Gvardiol. According to Lazy FPL, we've got no Gvardiol, no Stones, but Foden and KDB are starting. So far, that is what we know. That is what we know. Right. Well, let's get back to doing the league table predictions that I was doing before I was rudely interrupted. 17th place, I'm going to go with Everton. They're coming 17th. So the bottom three is Sheffield United, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, and then Everton. That's the bottom three for me. Well, the bottom three and Everton there. 16th, we're probably going to go with Luton. We'll go with Luton. I think they're staying up. I think their home form is just going to keep them up this season. It's going to be a feel-good factor around Kenilworth Road. So I think that'll keep them up this year. 15th. Who should we go for in 15th? I'm going to go with Burnley. I think they'll do all right. I think they'll beat the teams kind of around the bottom attackingly, but I think they're going to concede quite a lot of goals this season. I think they'll stay up comfortably, but yeah, 15th for them. 14th. I'm going to go West Ham. They've lost a lot of key players. If they lose Paquetá as well, I think that could be absolutely devastating for them. So I'm going to go West Ham 14th. European football as well is always kind of difficult to navigate with kind of a smaller squad. Saw that last season, didn't we? 13th. 13th. We're going to go with Brentford in 13th. Now, it's a little bit controversial, but obviously the first start of the kind of season... What am I chatting? With Tony being suspended, for the first part of the season, I think they're going to have a little bit of a difficult start. When he comes back second half, it'll be like a new signing, won't it? So they're going 13th. They'll be fine, but I don't think they'll have a good year as last year. 12th, we're going to go Crystal Palace. Roy will just do what Roy does. If Eze, and if they can keep Elise, I think they'll be maybe a little bit higher, but with kind of the Elise injury and stuff around that. Your thoughts on Kane going to Bayern? I think it's good. I think it makes FPL a worse game this year because I had Kane in originally. I think he was going to be a huge differential. So I think it makes FPL a little bit less boring. But you know what? I'm really happy for him. He deserves it, doesn't he, to be honest, to go and win some trophies. Then come back and break the Premier League goal record. I think that would be amazing. Would cement him as arguably one of the best forwards in the world as well, doing it in a European league. Will Alvarez start? Haven't seen anything yet on Twitter, but we'll go and have a dive through Twitter in a little bit. See kind of the thought process behind that. Yeah. 11th. We're going to go with Bournemouth. Like I said, I'm feeling very bullish on Bournemouth. Their manager had, I think he broke a record. He beat Atletico, Real Madrid and Barcelona either at home or away, and he's the first manager in 60 years to do that. So I definitely think Bournemouth are going to do extremely well this season. So happy to have them in 11th. Obviously, the squad on paper doesn't look amazing. And with Alex Scott being out for a couple of months, I don't think it kind of helps things. Do I think Stones is carrying a knock, or is it just Pep being Pep? He looked fine in the Community Shield, didn't he? So it could just be Pep being Pep, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's safe to assume Haaland's starting. If Haaland isn't starting, then Jesus. Right, we've got a few YouTube ones. I've been slacking. Not reading these. Yeah, no Stones or Gavardi out. Foden or Grealish. Matthew, I would recommend Foden at the moment, as we've kind of had confirmation that he's going to be starting. And Mbuemo or Matoma and Mbuemo Mans. Should I bench Stones and get Botman in? I'd take Stones out, mate. I would take Stones out. He's 5.5 million and he's not going to be playing tonight. So I would take Stones out. Yeah, I think it's just Pep being Pep, isn't it, to be honest? I don't think it's kind of anyone's fault. I just think it's Pep being Pep. Usual Pep Guardiola tactics, isn't it? Overthinking every single game. That's Pep. Right, let's finish these predictions and then we'll head into the last half an hour. 10th place. I put Fulham really high. I'm going to put Fulham in here. We're just going to whip through them. I don't think they're going to finish that high. I reckon they'll be down in 14th. So bump everyone up a little bit. Fulham aren't going to come 10th, are they? That's a mistake by me. And I can't... Oh, I can, but I can't be asked to change it now. 9th, we're going to go with Newcastle. Tonali doesn't want to be there. I don't think they're going to have a good year as last year. So I've gone 9th. Villa 8th, European football. I think it's going to take it out of them. Yes, they've invested really well. That Emi Buendia injury is actually going to be massive. I don't think people realise how big that is going to be. Brighton have invested really well. It depends how they get on without Caicedo, but they are so good at recruiting players and so good at replacing players that I think they're going to be absolutely killing it this season. So 7th for them. Grealish or Maddison? Probably Maddison. Yeah, I get that, Matthew. I get that. The starting 11 is strong, but I don't think Gary O'Neill was amazing at Bournemouth. If you kind of look at their underlying data, I think he got a little bit lucky to keep them up, and other teams being really poor. Right, sixth place in the Premier League. Tottenham. Losing Kane's going to be a big thing. I don't think they're going to get top 4, but I think they're going to be very exciting. Very similar to kind of how Klopp was in his first season. All attack, no real kind of thought for defence. I think they'll score a lot, but I think they'll concede a lot. 5th, Chelsea. Still a lot of work to do with them. But I think they're going to be in a lot better position. If Nkunku was fully fit for the start of the season, I would have potentially said they'd get top 4. But not now. Not now. 4th place. We're going to go United. Yeah. Is Mitrovic a good pick? No. Doesn't look like he wants to be there, to be honest. So he's not worth it. Otherwise, I probably would have said yeah, but he doesn't want to be there. Grealish or Maddison? Maddison. Richarlison or Bowen? Probably Richarlison if he's starting up front. Start Chilwell or Dogie? Brentford are quite good at home against top 6 clubs, so I'd probably say go Chilwell. Gabriel or Saliba? Gabriel. Got the second highest XG, not conceded, highest XG amongst defenders last season. So I'd say go for him. 3rd in the Premier League, we're going to go Liverpool. I think the defence will let them down this season, but they're going to finish 3rd. 2nd, Arsenal on top. You know who's going to come top. It's Manchester City. Right, that was the Premier League predictions. We kind of whizzed through them at the end. I think we want to get back to talking about actual FPL stuff. I should have probably done that sooner. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? We live, we learn. Start Chilwell even though against Liverpool. Yeah, why not? He's not there just for the clean sheets, is he? He's on corners. He's got the potential to kind of get attacking returns as well. So, you know, I think that's the best way to go about it. So, yeah, start Chilwell. Liverpool as well look very shaky down that right-hand side with Trent kind of pushing up. Pickford or Johnson? I'd probably go Johnson. He's my preferred favourite as 4.5 million goalkeepers, but Pickford's a good shout. Would you crucify me if I went Pickford for an honour? No, mate. I don't hate it, as long as you go in Turner as well. But yeah, how is your team looking, Jake? How is it looking, mate? How's it looking? I'm interested. Best 5 million defender after Gabriel and Estupinian. Pedporo. He was the highest scoring defender in terms of goals last season, and he only joined in January. Is Reece James risky with being injury prone? Yes. Best 4 million defender, Kabore or what's the guy? Baldock from Sheffield. They're the best 2 4 million defenders. Obviously, Kabore doesn't have a game in Game Week 2. So that's sort of something you just have to watch out for. Will Pedporo be starting games? Starting a lot of pre-season. Obviously, they have... Who's the other right back? Is it Emerson Royale? Is he the right back? Or is he the left back? I think he's the right back. But yeah, I think Pedporo is going to be starting a lot of games. Started a lot in pre-season. Finished the season strong. Has plenty of attacking threat as well. So I think he is going to be the kind of key man for them. If you are just tuning in and you want to see my team, obviously it is very, very strong in my personal opinion. Very template backline, Estupinian, Gabriel, Chilwell. In goal, I've gone for Stones, as I think he's the best 4.5 million goalkeeper that you can get. That money can buy. Palace were amazing in terms of XG conceded at the back end of last season, so very happy to have them. Midfield, all of them penalty takers. Eze, Bruno Fernandes, Saka, Mbeumo and Salah. Very happy to have Salah. I think he'll be a good pick for captaincy come Game Week 2. I think that's the way I'm going to go with it. Bournemouth at home, great fixture. Hopefully he's still on penalties as well. FPL, oh dear, Lamptey, no. Avoid Lamptey. He was good for 2 months. Avoid Lamptey. Avoid Lamptey. What else? Haaland and João Pedro up front. I think my plan with João Pedro is either downgrading to a 4.5 or, this is kind of what I've been looking at, Morris. Luton's fixtures from Game Week 4 to 8, I want to say, are probably the best. So that's probably what I'd do in that time period. Just knock my mic over. Get your questions coming in, guys. I've DM'd you on Twitter with it. You're bored and fancy a giggle. You know what, Jake? Let's go and have a giggle, mate. Let's go and have a giggle. Have you sent it? Which Twitter have you sent it to, mate? Oh, you sent it to this one. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Yeah, you guys can see that. Cool. So Jake, if you don't know who Jake is, he does my Wednesday streams with me here on YouTube. If you are on TikTok, come over to YouTube. We've got loads of FPL content on the channel. Perfect for pre-season, perfect for prepping. We've got loads to do. Right, his team is Pickford in goal. Don't have a problem with that, mate. A back three of Trent, player not a lot of people are going for. And for me personally, good reason. Luke Shaw, I like. And Mark Gahey. Palace, like I said, very good defence. I would prefer going the other way around and going for Johnson. But Gahey's a solid shout as a 4.5 million defender. In midfield, he's gone Trossard, Schlupp. Oh, Schlupp. Not Schlupp, lad. Come on. Trossard, Schlupp. Richarlison, Salah, Gibbs. What? Oh, mate. That midfield's not good. That midfield is not good, Jake. Oh, dear. I think Richarlison's fine. Salah's fine. Gibbs White, yeah. But the fixtures aren't great. Yeah. Holland and João Pedro, yeah, don't have a problem. Morris, I think, is only good after game week 3. Cash, I think, is really good. And Collins, again, they're fine. Both of the 4.5s are fine. But that midfield stinks. Like, you know when you get on the bus and you sit next to, like, a guy who's not had a shower in about 5 days? That is what that midfield smells of. Absolutely honking. But yeah, there was your team, mate. There was your team. It's alright. It's alright. Some big calls. Some big calls. What happened to Diaz? Don't know, but he's not playing. Bruno or Rashford? I think with Bruno you get penalties. I don't think Rashford is as effective when he's playing as a forward. João Pedro or Jackson? Depends what your budget is and what it enables you to do in your team, but probably Pedro. Probably go João Pedro. Right, we got some comments coming in for YouTube. Any news on the City team? Yes. So Foden, KDB are playing, and Stones and Gvardiol are not playing. So there you go, Tom. There is the update. Will Foden start? Yep, Foden has apparently been said to start. Mans on Twitter, confirmed by FPL Lazy. Matthew, your team is Johnson, Estepinian, Shaw, Gabriel, Foden, Salah, Rashford, March, Watkins, Haaland, Pedro, bench, Schlupp. Oh, bloody Jeffrey Schlupp is going to score in game week 1, isn't he? Yeah, I like that team. Nothing wrong with that, Matthew, apart from Jeffrey Schlupp. Foden's starting. Yeah, Foden is starting. That's been confirmed by FPL Lazy. One midfield swap you'd suggest? Depends what your budget is, Jake. Best replacement for Stones? Probably Shaw, if you want to keep the same price. Or Chilwell. Or Akanji, if we get confirmation that he's playing. Let's have a look if we've got any more early team news kicking about. Apparently Rico Lewis starts. Interesting one, that. I think he's at 4.5, so I wouldn't personally be going for him. Doesn't look like I can see any other ones. So apparently Rico Lewis is starting. Stones, Gvardiol on the bench. Foden and KDB are starting as per Lazy FPL. Thoughts on Enciso? Don't bother. Go get a different player. I don't think he's going to start many games for Brighton. I think he's one of these players that is kind of... Everyone saw his good goal that he scored against Manchester City, and that's it. That's my personal opinion on him. But yeah. 25 minutes till the deadline, guys. Get those teams locked in. If you have any questions, get them in. Who for 5.5 though? Let's go and have a look, mate. Let's go and have a look for you. Let me just switch this camera to that one. And let's go and have a look for some 5.5 midfielders. Where are people watching the game tonight as well? I'm interested. Where are people going to watch the game? Are you watching at home? Are you going out? Where are you going to watch the game? Let me know. Right, 5.5s and less. Douglas Luiz is a very solid pick. Going to play a lot of games on set piece and corners. He's better for so rare, but He's all right. He's going to play a lot of games. Phil Billing. Think he's a good shout. Always got an attacking return in him. Jordan Ayew's playing up front for Crystal Palace at the moment for 5.5. Good opening fixture as well. Jeffrey Schlupp. Yeah. We won't talk any more about him. Having a look through the rest of them. There aren't too many standouts at this price point this year. Alanga from Nottingham Forest might be maybe a shout. Yeah. There's not a lot of quality at this price range at the moment. Brooks from Bournemouth, a player again I'm very hot on, but don't know. Clivert as well. Yeah. Right, let's get my team back up on here. Let's see what the YouTube chat is saying. Jackson and Eze or Bruno and Pedro? Bruno and Pedro. So what is the best 4 million defender? Kabore or Baldock from Sheffield United? They're the best 4 million defenders. Yeah, it might be worth the gamble, but, you know, is what it is. If he's been given I didn't know he'd been given the number 11 shirt, so he might be worth a gamble. I think he's going to play. It's just the quality and the depth that they have. You don't get how people know who's starting. People have inside information, don't they? They know people are close to the players, to certain people at the club. It happens. Yeah, Baldock's fine off the bench, isn't he? Golden goal in the chat as well. Hello, mate. How's your stream going? Because mine, it's knackering, isn't it? It's tiring. It's tiring. Mans has gone for Foden. He's got him in. Go on, Mans. Go on, son. I rate that from you, Mans. He's seen that he's playing. He's gone, fuck it. We're getting him in. We're going for it. His pops are out. Here he is. If you know that video, goated. Goated. Mans, I love it from you. Foden in. Hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully it works out, mate. Yeah, keep the questions coming in, guys. Keep the questions coming in. I've run out of water, which is a pain in the arse, but we've only got 22 minutes to the deadline. It's been good. I've enjoyed this. If you've enjoyed the stream, let me know. I think we've done all right. I think things are going quite well, to be honest. We've had lots of engagement, which is always good to see, so do keep those questions coming in. Grealish or Rashford? Still waiting for team news around Grealish, so I'd probably lean for Rashford at the moment. But yeah. Luke's had Foden in the whole time. Gone Bruno, but back to Foden. The uncertainty on game week 1 deadline. It always happens. Jackson or Pedro? Probably Pedro. I'll go Pedro. Right. You know what we haven't mentioned in a while? We haven't mentioned it in a while. So let's go back to it. We are, ladies and gentlemen, giving away this Aston Villa shirt. This one here, if you're on TikTok. We are giving away this Aston Villa shirt with Jacob Ramsey on the back. All you have to do is go over to my Twitter, at FPLTom_. If you are watching on YouTube, it's in the description. All you have to do is go over there, follow, like, and retweet the post and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you have the chance to win a free Jacob Ramsey Aston Villa away shirt. I'll just go and get it. 1 second. So here it is. Brand new with tags. Jacob Ramsey Aston Villa shirt. Very fit, very fresh in. All you have to do is go over to my YouTube channel, subscribe there, go over to my Twitter at FPLTom_, like, retweet and follow me, and you can be entered into the giveaway for this Jacob Ramsey Aston Villa shirt, brand new with tags. Buzz in. Right. Let's get back to some questions. Whew. What's going off in the chat? Who do I support? I support Mansfield Well, usually the kit's over here. You can't quite see it on TikTok. Usually the kit's over there. Today the Dortmund one's covering it up. But I do support Mansfield Town. They play in League 2. It's originally where I'm from. They're the best club in the world. If you don't know who Lucas Akins is, get to know. Yeah, I know, and it's if lazy FPL is wrong about Stones, people are going to be fuming. People are going to be fuming, mate. Absolutely livid. Saliba or Gabriel? Gabriel got the kind of more attacking threat. Had the second highest XG scored last season. Pedro or Anthony Robinson? You're going to go Pedro, mate. Go Pedro. You're probably only going to have him for 3 weeks, so go João Pedro. Anthony Robinson, that is a shout, mate. Jake's put Ross Barkley. Why not? Actually, he has really good underlying data if you go over to his FB ref. Look at his kind of stats from Nice. It's interesting. I'm not going to answer that question on that player. Foden or Watkins? Who do I start? Foden looks like he's starting, so probably Foden. But why are you benching Watkins and who are you benching him for? That's the question. Right, let's have a look on Twitter, see what's kind of kicking off, if we've got any more team news. People are saying the FPL website is acting a little bit strange, so get your team locked in. Obviously, if you've just tuned in as well, no Stones or Gvardiol, KDB and Foden starts. It's been confirmed as well by FPL Main Road that Foden isn't starting either. Foden or Watkins, who do I start? Gonna go 2 strikers and add another midfielder in Foden. Okay. People are getting their teams in everywhere. Lots of differentials this year. I like it. People's teams aren't looking the same. People's teams are looking very different, to be honest. I think FPL have done extremely well with the prices. I think they've done really well. It's because he's American. I'm guessing you're American then as well. That's why you're going Anthony Robinson. Who would I captain instead of Haaland? We went through this a little bit earlier and I put a poll up. And Saka is second highest for predicted... Well, he's actually the highest, sorry, for predicted points according to Draft Hound. So I'd go Saka. But obviously then you're playing against Gandhi, aren't you? So who really wants to do that? No, Foden is starting, Luke. Foden is starting, mate. He is starting. Start Diaby or Watkins? Why have you got both? Why have you got both? Go one or the other. But if I had to pick, I'd pick Watkins. I'd probably say they'll go one or the other. Best Spurs defender? Ped Porro. And then Adogi, probably second. What do you need help with, Jake? I can see you complaining. What do you need help with, mate? What do you need help with? Let me know. I hope my team's locked in. I think this is locked in, isn't it? Haaland captain, Vice. Yeah. Looking all good and groovy over there. Grealish, question mark. Still no team news on Grealish. Let's go and have a scout on old Twitter. See what people are saying, but haven't seen anything on Grealish yet. Here we go. So this is apparently the rumoured Man City XI according to @leaked FPL. Edison, Walker, Akanji, Ake, Lewis, Rodri, Silva, KDB, Foden, Grealish, Haaland. That is apparently the leaked team for Manchester City. I would be taking Stones out. Jamie, if you want to come see my team, come over to YouTube. You can see it on there. That would be the place to see it. I can't get it on the back, unfortunately. But yeah, Jamie, if you want to come over to YouTube, FPL Tom, we're streaming on there. I'm showing my team. We'll go through it. Any questions, mate? I will answer them. But yeah, this looks like apparently the rumoured Manchester City starting 11 according to @leaked FPL. Not 100% a reliable source. But Edison, Walker, Akanji, Ake, Lewis, Rodri, Silva, KDB, Foden, Grealish, Haaland is apparently the Manchester City team. Rashford or Salah? Different price points, but I'd probably go Salah. In what order would you bench Stones and Mbeumo, Maguire? And Mbeumo first, Maguire second. Well, he's probably not going to play though. He's not got his move, so he's not going to be in. Is Walker a risky pick? Walker? Long term, yeah. It looks like he's playing tonight though. KDB or Bruno? KDB's playing tonight. Maybe offers a little bit of something different. If you feel he's going to get like regular minutes and outscore Bruno over kind of the first 8 game weeks, I'd go KDB, but I like Bruno better. I think he's a lot cheaper as well. So I think he's the better option. So yeah. In case you've just joined us as well, this is apparently the rumoured Manchester City team. Ederson, Walker, Akanji. Not Akanji. Yeah, it is. Ederson, Walker, Akanji, Ake, Lewis, Rodri, Silva, KDB, Foden, Grealish, and Haaland is apparently the leaked FPL team for tonight. Jackson or Pedro? Pedro. Akanji or Walker? Akanji. Grealish apparently is starting. We've got conflicting information. Oh, I like it. Where have you got your team from? Oh, apparently no Grealish. From a more reliable source. Alright, Grealish isn't starting. Get Grealish out. I've just seen this. Grealish isn't starting. Thanks all about FPL for that one. But yeah, Grealish isn't starting now. So get Grealish out of your teams. Opinion on Collins and Bassi. Will they be important defenders this season? I think Collins is a good shout. I don't know about the Chelsea guy. I haven't seen too much of him. I think Levi Colwill and who's the other guy? They got Thiago Silva are going to be the 2 starting ones. And Mbeumo, Pedro. They're the better players to go for out of those last 2 questions. Let's move back over to YouTube. See what questions we got coming in. Do you have confidence in Anthony for FPL? Probably not. Probably not. For me, I'd rather go for a Rashford or a Bruno. Might as well. Oh, Fulham, the guy from Fulham. He does look quite good, actually. I know exactly the guy you mean now. But I'd still probably go Collins. Who is the best 4.5 million goalkeeper? My personal opinion, Johnson. Eze or Anthony? Eze. Go Eze. On penalties, probably going to be playing 90 minutes. Which City defender? I'd probably say Akanji's the best one to go for. With Stones and potentially Gvardiol being benched. We are approaching the deadline, ladies and gentlemen. Only 12 minutes to go. Eze, Josh, to answer your question there on TikTok. Onana and Walker, or Ederson and Estupinian, or Alisson. Oh, jeez. Or Alisson, Estupinian and Walker. Probably go Onana and Walker. Best fullbacks, probably Estupinian, Chilwell, Pedporo are the best ones. Maddison, decent pick? Yeah, I think so. It's going to be interesting to see how they get on in the first few weeks. I completely agree with that one. All about FPL. Sometimes it does just feel like he's doing it just to piss off FPL managers. Wouldn't be wrong though, would it? Wouldn't be wrong. Foden or Martinelli? Was it Foden who's not playing tonight? Sorry, I'm just like flicking back and forth here. No, Foden is playing tonight. Foden is playing tonight, so I'll probably go Foden. Cool. Keep the questions flying in, guys. I'll try and answer as many as I can before the deadline. Saliba or Shaw? Probably Shaw. Arsenal's fixtures are good though, but I prefer Gabriel. That is the way I would go. So, team news. We know that Gvardiol and Stones are not playing. We know that Grealish is also not playing. Haaland's playing. And Foden is playing. And KDB are playing. So that's the team news we've got at the moment. That is what we know currently at the moment. Pickford and Maddison or Onana and Martinelli? Probably go on Onana and Martinelli. You can downgrade both if both of them don't start the season well. Foden or Rashford? Probably Rashford. He's probably more likely to get 90 minutes. Edison, Haaland, Silva, KDB, Foden, start. Thank you for that one, all about FPL. So obviously the news about Ortega wasn't right. So if you have gone for him as a potential 4 million goalkeeper, get him back out. So yeah, Edison in, Haaland in. Grealish, Stones, Gvardiol and Alvarez don't start. Who's the source all about FPL? Chilwell or Shaw? Chilwell. Shaw for game week 1 though. Foden and Colwell or Mbeumo and Chilwell? Mbeumo and Chilwell. Maddison or Martinelli? Maddison. Is Rico Lewis definitely starting? It looks that way, but we haven't got like 100% confirmation on that. So don't hold me to that. But apparently yes. But I haven't seen like anything confirmed. Kanji, Walker and Lewis start as well. All about FPL. Where is your source, mate? Where is your source? Apparently Harry Kane's landed in Germany as well. Auf Wiedersehen. The FPL reports. The FPL reports. Follows me. It's always a good start. He said Kyle Walker, Akanji, Nathan Ake, Rico Lewis all start. Jack Grealish does not start for City. Cool. Cool. Edison, Walker, Akanji, Ake, Lewis, Rodri, Silva, KDB, Foden, Grealish, Haaland. Pickford and Turner as rotating keepers. Yep, like that. Like that, my man. No worries. That's what this stream is for. We're here to update you, keep you informed, help you become a better FPL manager. That is the point of it. If you enjoy the content, subscribe, follow, like. All appreciated. All appreciated. Why don't I like Martinelli? I think he's a good pick. I'm concerned about his minutes, to be honest. Stones isn't playing. But yeah, I just don't think he's... Yeah. Henry or Cash? Now, I had this discussion with a guy at work today about Henry or Cash, and we looked, and if you have Estupinian, he rotates lovely with Cash and Kabore. But I just think because of the European football that they're going to be playing, Cash is going to see a little bit more rotation. Ezri Konsa's been slotting in at right back at times this season. So yeah. Is Stone starting? No. Ake or Akanji? Probably Akanji. Played more games last season. Why is Eze better than Matoma? Penalties, more likely to get 90 minutes, and is a key danger man. On free kicks as well. There's 4 reasons. No worries, Luke. No worries, man. That's what this is for. Bruno for Richie. Don't do it, lad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Maddison out the team for Foden? Why not? Foden's starting. Does anyone have any Burnley assets? No. No one has any Burnley assets if they've got a right mind. Pickford and Turner or Onana? I like Pickford, Turner. But I think Onana's a decent shout as well. You could even go Onana and Turner, isn't it? But you're probably going to want to play Onana every single week if you're paying 5 mil for him. I'm guessing you mean Bernardo Silva? I'd probably go Matoma. Bernardo for Eze? No, go Eze. Bernardo Silva is not a good FPL player. Doesn't pick up enough kind of returns. 5 minutes till the deadline. 5 minutes till the FPL deadline. Benson, Jake's just said. Oh, not Manuel. Not Manuel. I think I read today that he might be injured, mate. You might want to Google that before the deadline. Maybe. Maybe that was one of the players who was injured. Right, let's have a quick flick through of Twitter. See what is cracking. See if we've got any more team updates. Probably going to crash again, isn't it? To be honest. So I would recommend getting your transfers in ASAP. Best striker beside Haaland? Watkins, João Pedro, Jackson. Doesn't look like we have any more team news. Obviously, Rico Lewis starting. That's an interesting one. No Stones. Eze on penalties. 90-minute man. Free kicks as well. Key player for them. Brighton have a lot of quality in those positions as well. A lot of depth. So I would be avoiding Brighton players. What were you saying, Jake? Right, hear me out. Taking out Trossard and Morris. Brought in Bruno and Nketiah. Don't think Nketiah starts. Don't think Nketiah starts. Martin Odegaard or Bruno? Bruno. I think with the penalties Bruno's going to get and his underlying data being so good last year, I would go for Bruno. Oh well, regardless, it'll be a -8 next week. No, if you sort it out now, it won't be. Gabriel or Akanji? Gabriel. Nunes, Isaac or Alvarez? Jesus Christ. Nick, those are all terrible picks. Don't go for any of them. Do not go for any of them. Watkins, Jackson are all better picks. My team's locked in. My team is locked in and looking very good indeed. Is Stones starting? No. Stones is not starting. Nunes or João Pedro? João Pedro. Can we see your team? Yeah, if you come over to my YouTube channel, FPL Tom, you can see my team. You can see my beautiful face on YouTube as well. The stream is live and I've got my team up right now. I can read it out to you if you want. Nope, no Stones. No Stones. So reading through my team, we've got Johnson, Estepinian, Gabriel, Chilwell, Eze, Bruno Fernandes, Saka and Buemo, Salah, Haaland, João Pedro. And on the bench, we've got Turner, Henry, Kabore, and the 4.5 million guy from West Ham. Who should I get instead of Stones? Depends. Depends on budget. But I think João Pedro's good shout. I've just opened up Photoshop by mistake. Whoops. Just close that down. There we go. 6 mil you've got. Ped Porro's a decent shout. Shaw, Gabriel, probably the best ones. They're the ones that I would be going for. 2 minutes to the deadline, guys. 2 minutes to the deadline. Make sure you've got your team locked in. I've got mine. We're all in, I think. I hope. Make sure to go and get your team locked in for this FPL deadline. Obviously, the news that came out, no Gvardiol, no Stones. Lewis is playing. KDB's playing. Bernardo Silva's playing. Foden's playing. No Grealish. That's the team news we've got at the moment. Thank you to everyone who's been along for this stream. We've been streaming for about 2 hours now. It's been good fun. I definitely think we're going to do more of these. The kind of dual stream, they've been really good. Yeah, I think a lot of people, FPL is crashing. Everyone's just trying to get their teams locked in. I knew this was going to happen. No, Stones is not playing. Everyone's going to have seen the City team news. Going to be changing. Their team's rapido. Don't know, mate. I have no reason why Stones isn't playing. Just the news that is coming out on Twitter at the moment. Keep your questions coming in, guys, as we are pretty much at the deadline right now. Pretty close at the moment. My team is locked in. Been locked in pretty much all day, to be honest. I think the only change I made was replacing Baldock for Kabore, just down to a Game Week 8 fixture. That's how far we're kind of going. Nice, like that, Farmer Joe. Changing at the last minute. Things you love to see. But yeah, my team's pretty much locked in, to be honest. I'm very happy with it. Got some good players in there. We've got 1 mil in the bank as well. Depends what your budget is. Onana, Pickford, Johnson, Leno. They're all the best ones you'd probably go for. I think the deadline's pretty much passed now, to be honest. Stones is not starting, no. Stones is not starting. It is past right now, so I imagine the website's locked. It's all in. People's teams are in. No more changes. Let's give it a refresh. See what it's saying. Oh no, looks like it's still going, but apparently some people are saying it's down. Interesting. I've just opened Photoshop again by mistake. Jeez, I need to stop clicking Photoshop. Stones is not starting now. Any other questions coming in, guys? Obviously, the deadline is just passed now. It has gone 31. But if you have any questions about fantasy kind of strategy for the upcoming weeks, or you just want to talk to me about football, get those questions coming in. I really need a drink as well. I've pretty much gone through my water in like an hour, and then I haven't taken a break since. Been streaming for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Nice. I like that. I like the fact that you've got a similar team but a few differentials. I think that's the thing this year. There's so many good players starting at different... Apparently Stones is starting. Oh my days. Oh my days. Where have you seen this? Where have you seen this all about, FPL? Deadline has passed. Oh, you're just teasing me. What a joker you are. Stones isn't playing, guys. Stones isn't playing. All about FPL, who's been pretty reliable throughout the stream. He's just had my pants down. Absolutely pulled my chain. Had my knicks down. Come on, man. Come on. Right. Deadline has passed. Game week 1 teams are set in. Ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good this season, ladies and gentlemen. If you've enjoyed the stream content today and you kind of like seeing my face, if you're on TikTok or on YouTube, please do subscribe. We will be making content throughout the year. We have a regular stream as well on Wednesday. And as well, to celebrate the start of the season, we are giving away this Jacob Ramsey shirt. There for YouTube. There for TikTok. This Jacob Ramsey shirt in the back. We're giving it away. We are going to give it away. All you have to do is go over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Go like, retweet and follow me. My pin post. Go like and retweet that. And then come over to my YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. And yeah, that'll be the best way. I'm going to see. Depends on the Friday deadlines, to be honest. They're a little bit difficult. Today I booked it off work, but you know, we'll see if I can get out of work early. Then yeah, I'll probably will start streaming on a regular basis on deadline days. Don't work weekends, so I'll definitely do like the Saturday ones. Midweek ones probably a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do a few more of these because they've been enjoyable. They have been enjoyable indeed, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for coming because I do appreciate it. Appreciate all the comments we had as well. We had lots of them flying in throughout today's session, which was great to see. My voice is a little bit raspy after talking for about 2 hours, so that's going to need a lie down. But yeah, hopefully all your teams are set and you have a good game week this week. I think I'm going to have a great game week. In terms of my predictions for this week, I'm going for a 3-1 win for City tonight. What are other people thinking? What kind of wins are you thinking? Are City going to win it? Are they not going to win it? Let me know. I think City are going to comfortably win tonight. I think Burnley might go 1-0 up or go 1-1, but after that point, I think City are going to win 3-1. But let me know what you think in the comments. Doku signing for City. Oof. Interesting. That City attacking lineup is going to be absolutely filth, to be honest. Absolutely filth. Farmer Joe, he did it. He did it. Oh, I've been sent a gift. I can't quite see. I don't know how TikTok Lives work, so if you did, someone just did send me a gift. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, but I'll get there. I'll figure it out. It's been quite fun. We've had like a good amount of people in the stream as well today, so it's really good to see. I think the FPL website is updated or froze for me. It's updated. Cool. 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 But yeah, I think we're going to pretty much wrap up in about 5 minutes. If you got any other questions or anything like this, thank you for sending a rose all about FPL. I do appreciate that. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You've been an absolute god in this TikTok stream, to be honest. Absolutely carrying the questions and team news. So really do appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Is Gabriel out? I haven't seen anything, and I hope not. Yeah, I agree with your point there, John, as well. City players are unpickable besides Haaland, to be honest. See you later. All about FPL. Absolute goat. Cheers for that, mate. Thank you for being a stalwart of our stream, to be honest. Apparently he's injured. Jesus. What's your source? Who's your source on this, Owen? I'm interested. Apparently Gabriel is injured. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Who's your source? Who is your source? Is Watkins any good? Yeah, Watkins is immense. I like Watkins. Just saw it on Twitter. Okay. Okay, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully he isn't. But yeah. Are lineups locked? Yeah, lineups are locked. That's the point of this stream. Locked in from 6:30 are all lineups. Foden best 7.5? Probably not. But lineups are locked in. Brought in Rico Lewis at 28 past. Nice. Nice. I rate that. I can get on board with that. Kylian Mbappe just joined as well. Shiva FPL has just said that Gabriel is out. Let's go and check this out on Twitter. Shiva FPL. Gabriel may be out. That's all he said. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. See what happens there. Hopefully not. I really hope not. But yeah. Hope not. I hope not. I do hope not. Stones is not starting now. We are going to wrap the stream up in a couple of minutes. So do get all your questions in. I've been streaming for like 2 hours. Like, it's 24 degrees at the moment in the UK, and I have to stream and film videos with my window closed because of the noise. And yeah, honestly, I am dripping. I am probably wetter than a fat girl at a buffet right now. Yeah, apparently Ake's starting. Apparently Ake is starting, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to wrap up in a minute. Thank you for all your support throughout the stream on YouTube and on TikTok. You've been absolutely immense. Love doing it. We're definitely going to do a lot more of these streams throughout the season as well. So yeah. It's been good. It's been good fun. If you've missed it. Apparently Diaz didn't travel with the squad. But yeah, if you did enjoy today's stream, follow, like, retweet. If you're on TikTok, I do have a YouTube channel. FPL Tom, we streamed on there as well. We did kind of a dual stream. So if you want to see more FPL content from me, come over to my YouTube channel. That's where I'll post weekly videos. I think we've got like 2 or 3 going out a week. We've also got a stream on a Wednesday where we kind of preview the week. And we're going to do as many deadline streams as possible. But yeah, been good fun. It's been good fun. I'm absolutely gagging for a drink now, I'll tell you that. I've not had a drink in about an hour and haven't stopped talking for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So yeah, it's been long. It has been long, ladies and gentlemen, but I do appreciate all the support that you have shown me. Like I said at the start of the stream, we are giving away this Jacob Ramsey shirt. All you have to do is go follow me on Twitter at FPLTom. My pinned tweet, like and retweet that, and then come over to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. That's all you've got to do to be in a chance with winning this Jacob Ramsey brand new with tags Aston Villa shirt. Right, we got 84 votes on the who is the better cap, Haaland or Saka. The winner was who was the winner? Haaland by 85%. No shocks there. No shocks there. But I am gonna pretty much wrap this up, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. It's been streaming for 2 hours. Loved every single minute of it. We will be back for more deadline streams. So if you do enjoy them, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, as that's probably the best place to come and see them. But yeah, thank you very much for being an amazing audience today. I do appreciate everyone who commented, liked, subscribed, did whatever. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Boo.